You pick up your phone first thing in the morning and scroll through endless feeds until evening. Can you remember anything valuable from those hours? Your brain feels cluttered with information yet empty of real knowledge. Does it ever feel like everyone around you is moving forward while you're stuck, scrolling but never really growing? What if I told you that reading just 10 pages a day, roughly 15 minutes of your time, could completely transform how your brain processes information and builds knowledge? This isn't about reading more, it's about triggering what scientists call cognitive compound interest, where every piece of knowledge multiplies in value, creating exponential growth in how the viewer thinks, decides, and succeeds. Here's exactly how this works and why the most successful people in history have used this same principle to achieve extraordinary results. Warren Buffett's partner Charlie Munger didn't become one of the most respected thinkers in business by chance. His secret was simple. He read just a few pages daily across different fields: psychology, physics, biology, mathematics, and history. He called it building a lattice of mental models. Each day's reading added a new connection in his mind. Soon he could see patterns in business that others missed, applying frameworks from science, lessons from history, and insights from psychology all at once. This wasn't just about getting smarter. It was about seeing patterns that others completely missed. His edge? Consistency over intensity. Reading 10 pages daily beats binge reading every time. Here's what science has discovered. When you read consistently, your brain physically changes. New connections form between neurons. Neural pathways strengthen. Your brain literally rewires itself to think differently. And here's the remarkable part. These changes don't disappear when you close the book. They stay with you, compounding day after day, making it easier to absorb and connect new information. Here's where it gets interesting. The magic isn't in reading hundreds of pages daily. Cognitive science shows that 15 to 20 minutes, roughly 10 pages, hits the sweet spot. This duration aligns perfectly with natural attention cycles. It's enough to trigger meaningful neural changes without causing the mental fatigue that makes people quit. This commitment bypasses the initial cognitive barrier and activates neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections. Now let's look at the mathematics. 10 pages daily equals 3,650 pages annually. That's 12 to 15 books per year. Since the average person reads only one book yearly, this simple habit creates a 12 to 15 times knowledge advantage in just 1 year. But the real magic lies in the compound effect. Benjamin Franklin understood this principle 3 centuries ago. Every morning, he dedicated time to reading works on philosophy, science, and human nature. Franklin didn't read randomly. He chose materials that built upon one another, creating what modern psychologists call knowledge scaffolding. Each book provided context for the next, and ideas from different sources began connecting in unexpected ways. This systematic approach led to breakthroughs in electricity, politics, and social reform that still impact the world today. Thomas Edison took this discipline further despite only 3 months of formal schooling. His teacher said he couldn't learn, yet Edison read constantly. Chemistry, physics, and engineering books filled his entire life. This voracious reading across multiple sciences created what researchers call multidisciplinary thinking patterns. His 1,093 patents came from connecting ideas across diverse fields such as telegraphy, chemistry, and mechanics, links that specialists in single fields never saw. Andrew Carnegie exemplifies compound knowledge in action. He started as a bobbin boy earning $1.20 per week and borrowed books obsessively from Colonel Anderson's personal library. For decades, he read across metallurgy, economics, philosophy, and Shakespeare. This constant reading built thinking frameworks from different disciplines that helped him spot opportunities in steel production, industrial expansion, and railroad development. The result? He became the world's richest man, built America's steel industry, and gave away $350 million, 90% of his fortune. The neuroscience behind their success is fascinating. Consistent deep reading trains the brain to connect disparate pieces of information. It boosts activity in the default mode network, the brain region responsible for internal reflection, future planning, and linking unrelated ideas. This explains why avid readers often have eureka moments during seemingly unrelated activities. Their brains constantly process and connect information in the background. Theodore Roosevelt demonstrated this principle at extraordinary levels. Even as president, he read at least one book daily, spanning natural history, literature, politics, and military strategy. This habit didn't slow his presidency, it enhanced it. Roosevelt's vast knowledge helped him link conservation, foreign policy, and economic growth, shaping America into a global power. Abraham Lincoln, largely self-taught, read by candlelight in early mornings before farm work. He focused on books that challenged his thinking, the Bible, Aesop's fables, and later legal texts and political philosophy. This habit developed Lincoln's legendary ability to communicate complex ideas in simple, powerful language. Modern neuroscience reveals why Lincoln's approach worked brilliantly. Reading challenging material in the morning, when the mind is fresh, maximizes comprehension and retention. Your brain processes what you've learned during sleep, so morning reading sessions create optimal conditions for knowledge integration. Here's the competitive advantage. Most people consume content for instant gratification: social media posts, news headlines, entertainment videos. Researchers call this cognitive fast food, quick mental stimulation with no lasting nutritional value for the brain. In contrast, reading longer works like books and essays trains the brain for deep thinking and sustained attention. Naval Ravikant calls this downloading consciousness, tapping into the profound thoughts and insights of history's greatest minds. The compound effect grows exponentially over time. After 6 months of consistent reading, vocabulary and communication skills improve noticeably. After 1 year, your pattern recognition improves dramatically, helping you solve problems and spot opportunities more easily. After 3 years, you develop what psychologists call crystallized intelligence, a growing network of knowledge and thinking frameworks that expands throughout your life. The most successful readers treat their daily 10 pages like a non-negotiable appointment with their future selves. They understand what most people miss. Compound knowledge works like compound interest. It seems insignificant at first, but becomes transformative over time. Here's the truth others won't tell you. Most people consume information that disappears by morning. But consistent readers? They're building something permanent. Day after day, page after page, stacking cognitive capital that can't be taken away. This isn't about becoming smarter, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. You gain access to humanity's greatest minds. Your brain learns to spot patterns others miss. Momentum builds in ways that transform your work, your decisions, your entire life. 10 pages seem ridiculously small. That's exactly why it works. Small enough to start today, powerful enough to change everything. The question is whether you'll start. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next video.